I feel like a lot of my issues with men that I had was centered around the fact that my dad wasn't there. So it definitely affected the types of men that I chose, and the way that I carried myself. And when we had that conversation, so many things came together for me. He has showed up for me. He, even when I didn't ask him to, like, it's just been amazing. It really has.
Wow. And showing up when being asked, that's a huge act of love. Oh my goodness.
Exactly. And even going back to your other question about what I was healing from, one of the other things that I was healing from was I lost my boyfriend in 2015 from congestive heart failure, and he was only 36. And that was another thing that I had to heal from. But before I could really heal from that, not even like 6 months later, my mom had a massive stroke, to the point where we didn't think that she would still be here, and coincidentally, I was home that day, and I was a workaholic. Honestly, I think to an extent I still am, but for whatever reason this day, I decided to like actually use my comp day, and, and she had a doctor's appointment. So, she's coming out the bathroom, I heard a thud, and when I went in there, I saw the condition that she was in, and I automatically knew something was wrong. I didn't know it was a stroke then. I just knew something was wrong. So I kept talking to her, and I'm like, oh, Mom, I'm getting dressed now. Okay, I'm calling 911. Okay, but honestly, I think a part of that was also calming me down because if I really like thought about what I was doing, I probably would have lost my mind. And fortunately enough, and the doctors even said this, I saved her life, because had she had been there by herself, the longer that you're in that state, you lose oxygen to the brain. So it could have been fatal, and then she had open heart surgery after that, had to go through an extensive amount of therapy and things like that. So it was a lot that I was going through, which is why it took me so long to finish my doctoral program. It took me 7 years, because I always tell people life happens. So you may have this thing where you're like, you know what? I'm going to go to school. I'm going to be done in this amount of years. I'm going to get married by this age, and I'm going to have this amount of... But life has another way of working out for you. And I've learned that everything happens for a reason.